Someone is talking to you. Their words are smooth. Their explanation is reasonable. Everything they're saying makes sense. And yet, something in you tightens. A subtle wrongness. A low hum of dissonance that you can't quite name or locate. You want to believe them. The logical part of you is almost convinced. But something underneath isn't. That something has a name. And it's older than language itself. Here's the part nobody tells you: your body was detecting deception long before your brain evolved the capacity for conscious doubt. The system running underneath your awareness, scanning faces, voices, timing, micro-expressions, is not a modern skill you developed. It is a survival mechanism your ancestors depended on every single day. And it is still running, right now, in every conversation you have. What you call a gut feeling about someone. That's not instinct in the vague sense. That's ancient lie detection hardware firing beneath your conscious threshold. Let's go back. Way back. To a small band of humans on the African savanna, roughly 200,000 years ago. You are living with the same 30 people your entire life. And in that world, deception wasn't just socially uncomfortable. It was existential. A group member who lied about food sources could starve you. One who faked alliance could get you killed. One who concealed illness could wipe out your entire band. In that world, the ability to detect when someone's outside didn't match their inside, when their words didn't align with their body, was as critical as the ability to spot a predator. Maybe more so. Because predators were obvious. Deceptive humans were not. So your nervous system evolved a detection system. Not perfect. Not conscious. But relentless. Psychologist Paul Ekman at the University of California, San Francisco spent decades studying the involuntary signals the human face produces during deception. Beginning with fieldwork in the 1960s and culminating in landmark research published in 1991, Ekman identified what he called micro-expressions, involuntary facial movements lasting between 1/25th and 1/5 of a second that reveal genuine emotional states beneath performed ones. Too fast to fake. Too fast to consciously suppress. But not too fast for your nervous system to register. Micro-expressions. That's the name. Here's what it means: brief, involuntary facial movements that leak genuine emotion beneath a conscious performance, occurring faster than the human mind can deliberately control. And here's why it matters to you: your nervous system has been reading these signals your entire life, feeding that information into your body as physical sensation, a tightening, a shift, a wrongness, before your conscious mind has had time to form a single word about it. You've been reading faces for 200,000 years. You just didn't know what you were reading. But here's where it gets stranger. The deception detection system doesn't only read faces. It reads coherence. The alignment, or misalignment, between multiple channels of information arriving simultaneously. Voice tone against word meaning. Facial expression against body posture. Timing of response against complexity of question. When these channels align, your nervous system registers safety. When they don't, it fires an alert. And that alert doesn't arrive as a thought. It arrives as a feeling. Researcher Nalini Ambady at Tufts University demonstrated something remarkable in a 1992 study. She showed subjects silent 10-second video clips of teachers they had never met and asked them to rate the teachers on several qualities. Then she compared those ratings to end-of-semester evaluations from students who had spent an entire semester with those same teachers. The correlations were striking. Subjects reading 10 seconds of silent body language were producing accuracy rates that matched full semester evaluations. Not always. But consistently enough to confirm what your body has always known: you are reading far more than you think you are, in far less time than you think you need. Think about the last time someone told you something was fine, and you knew it wasn't. Not because of any single thing they said. Not because of any single expression you could point to. But because the whole picture didn't hold together. That composite reading, that sense of incoherence across multiple channels at once, is your deception detection system doing exactly what it evolved to do. The problem isn't that it doesn't work. The problem is that you've been taught to distrust it. Because in a world that rewards rational justification, a feeling you can't explain gets dismissed. You override it. You tell yourself you're being paranoid. You give the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes, often, that's the right thing to do. Context matters. Your detection system is not infallible. Stress, unfamiliarity, cultural difference can all produce false signals. But the signal itself? The one running beneath your conscious awareness, scanning every face in every room, comparing channels, flagging mismatches. That signal evolved over hundreds of thousands of years for one specific purpose. And it is not nothing. Researcher Charles Bond at Texas Christian University conducted a meta-analysis in 2006 reviewing over 200 studies on human deception detection. What he found is that humans detect lies at a rate of about 54%, just above chance. Consciously. When relying on deliberate judgment. But the studies that measured physiological and non-conscious responses told a different story. Your body knows more than your conscious mind is willing to admit. Have you ever met someone for the first time and felt, within minutes, a wrongness you couldn't name, and then discovered months later that your instinct was right? That wasn't luck. That was a system that has been running for 200,000 years, making a call your conscious mind wasn't fast enough to make. The next time that quiet wrongness arrives, that low hum beneath an otherwise smooth interaction, don't rush to explain it away. Don't reach immediately for the rational justification that overrides it. Sit with it for a moment. Notice where it lives in your body. Notice whether it persists or dissolves when you pay attention. Because that signal, however faint, however hard to name, is one of the oldest forms of intelligence your species possesses. Your ancestors survived partly because they could feel when someone wasn't telling the truth. That ability didn't disappear. It went underground. Into your body. Into the place where knowing happens before words. And it's been waiting, in every conversation, for you to start listening to it again.